Okay, guys. So I don't have to leave. Um, Woke up sick yesterday. Still sick today. So I'm going to skip church, but I will worship in other ways. If you guys watched the video that I uploaded about the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns explained, I showed you guys in there in chapter 17 of Revelation that it gives the actual description of it, and it's a coalition of nations. But I also went to chapter 18 and showed you where it talks about Babylon, and the big key thing to telling whose Babylon is, because everybody's got all kinds of different ideas about Babylon. It's America. It's actual Babylon in Iraq. Um, but there's key things that tell us whether or not or what this city would be. And one key thing was the things that people won't be able to get anymore. And one of them was frankincense. Frankincense is very rare, and it's not grown everywhere. Now, what it said in chapter 18 was it's in Oman, Yemen, Ethiopia, Somalia. That's the Horn of Africa. So you're looking at that on the map right here. I brought that up on Google Maps. So this is the region where it's talking about that it had mentioned in there. But I want to show you something. All you have to do is go right up the Red Sea, and there's Israel. Israel is the only place not mentioned there, but they grow it there too. Now you see Iraq, but a lot of people think it's Babylon in Iraq, which the old Babylon is. It's in Iraq. They're actually in the process of rebuilding it. It's been made a UNESCO United Heritage Site. The thing is, it's so far inland that ships aren't going to be able to see it. The only ships that'll see it is in the Persian Gulf, but it's way up inside the country. In fact, I'll show you exactly where it is. I love being able to do this because I can show you guys firsthand on this stuff without having to take my word for it. So there's Babylon. Now this is also this is Babel province. This is where I was uh, stationed when I was in Iraq at Kos Kalsu, and that's right down in there. So this is Babel province. Babylon, the city of Babylon. I'm trying to remember exactly where it is. Is it by Al Hamza? There, right there. There's the old city of Babylon right there. So you see, if you've watched any of the documentaries, you remember Saddam Hussein's Babylonian palace, all the ancient ruins of Babylon. So there it is right there. So that's the city of Babylon. Now they're talking about the ships are going to sit far off and are going to lament Babylon because everybody's done business with her. Everybody's done well. Babylon isn't the center of the country. There's no business being conducted there. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You go visit it. You go check it out. You just go there and oh look, it's cool. Take pictures and leave. You know, there's nothing is going on there. There's the Tower of Babel down there. Nothing is going on there other than that. So, will they resurrect it to be able to start doing those things? I don't think so. It's not. I don't think it's going to be set up for commerce. It's far too. You know, it's going to take 100 years to get that place back up and going again. Because they're having to reconstruct everything there. It was completely razed down, except for that hill where the Saddam Hussein's palace is. That's still there. So, with that being the case, let me. I was going to try to put a pin in there. So you see right there it is. There's Babylon. As we shrink out, look how far away from the ocean it is. So the red pin is Babylon. Look how far away from the ocean it is. It's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles. So, and not that many ships will get in the Persian Gulf, but so how can they call that? And nobody does any business with it. But if we see the beast rising now, who does everybody do business with right now? I mean, everybody. Every country does business with Israel. The ships can sit afar off of the sea. They can mourn. And this is the only other place up here is where frankincense is grown. Here's the Horn of Africa down here, and it mentions some of these countries where frankincense is when I had looked it up. But Israel wasn't mentioned. So, this is just more little details that point me to think that Israel is actually going to be Babylon. It is also referred to as Sodom and Egypt. So anyway, this is a little detail I'm going to show you guys. This is when I take those little details and go and dig into them, and then it shows me more and more evidence as to what's happening. But right there you see that is the most likely place of what this is talking about. And then when you go read and talk about that, what it talks about in chapter 17, and then read chapter 18, then go look at the 70 Nation Coalition and what's going on, you get a really good sense of, because they say the whole thing will be headed in Israel. Then you read in Revelation chapter 17 and 18, it says that the beast is going to turn against Babylon. Well, who's leading the beast? Israel. And it's going to turn against Israel. So, you got to kind of read between the lines a little bit. But there you go. There are more evidence, more little details that point to what's going on and what's about to happen. And what's funny is every time we find these little details like this and look deeper into them and see this stuff and then look over there and see what's happening, it's like, oh, well, okay, well, that's happening. It's just more stuff. More and more and more stuff. So do your research, guys. Dig deep. Get into this stuff. This will help you. It helps, just like we did about the angels. They will be like angels. And then he heard the voices of angels on there. When we dig into those things and look at those little details like that, it starts answering questions for us. And it's just taking the time to do a couple of Google searches. Google is probably a Christian's best friend. Not as a lot of people, I've had some people call me out. You're using Google as the authority over the Bible. No, I'm using Google as a tool to search the Bible. And it's lack of understanding. But Google is probably one of the Christian's greatest friend because you have access to everything to be able to research it. Over the last 2,000 years, they haven't had that. They've had to go by maps and writings and things like that. You couldn't just hop on a computer and go Google something and find out where it was. But here we can, in real time. So do your research, guys. Do your due diligence. Dig into this stuff. It will definitely open your eyes when you start looking at those little details and go, let me look deeper into that. Like when it starts talking about all the things that were being sold, and frankincense was one of them. And when I saw that, it's like that's not grown everywhere in the world. It's only a couple of places in the world that's grown. And then when you go and look, we Googled it, and you look and see where it's grown. Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, since it named frankincense specifically, now I know the region where Babylon is going to be. Bam, you're looking at it on the screen right now. But the one place, this is from my own research, from the one place that they didn't mention where frankincense is grown is Israel. They got myrrh there too. So, again, do your own research. Dig into this deeper. Let the Spirit speak to you. Let the Spirit talk to you about these things. Because, guys, we're looking at it. We're looking at the birth of all this right now. Love y'all. Bless you in Jesus' name. Keep looking up, guys. Everything's about to change. We're about to be rescued out of here. I'll see you guys in the next one.